Hello, welcome back, Box1 here, and welcome to another video. Today, we will be reviewing the Razor Crest set. I don't know how much this retailed for. I will put that on screen, but it is a pretty cool little set. It is not little at all. It is a pretty cool set, that's what I meant to say. And I said I'd be reviewing this because I had the Microfighter for the Microfighter March, and I just wanted to also show this off. So, without further ado, let's get into the figures, of which we have 5. Starting off with the, probably the least interesting, and getting into the more interesting as we go, we have Grogu, Baby Yoda, as some say, and is a pretty cool little figure. This guy came in a bunch of sets, and, or not a bunch, but a good amount. I know he came in the Microfighter because I just showed that off, so he's easy to get, and he's a pretty nice figure, using that baby body in the dark tan. Next up, we have the IG unit. I don't know why, but mine's head is extremely loose. It's something to do with this hinge. I think I'm going to replace that. Thank goodness I have a bag full of nearly 3,000 extra pieces. And now that our head is nice and on there very well, I can actually show off this figure without it wobbling around. And I actually have 2 of this guy because, if you'll remember, I have like 1/3 of another Razor Crest, maybe 1/3 to 1/2 that I got in a bunch of tubs of Lego. And I got the Scout, I got an extra Scout, I got an extra Grogu, and I got an extra IG. I think maybe IG-88? I don't know the IG number, but I'll put that on screen as well. But, yeah. Kind of interesting there. I just thought I'd talk about that just for a second. I build mocks out of this sometimes, so. Anyway, we got very off track there for a minute. On to this guy. He has that nice printed face. He has 2 blasters. I don't think he is normally built with 2 blasters, but I just have him built with 2 blasters. The long rifle, and then a shorter, just normal blaster there. And he uses the battle droid body in that nice gray, or dark bluish gray. There we go. Next up, with that bright light, we have the Scout Trooper. And he's probably one of the best Scout Troopers that LEGO has ever made. I have the one from 2013, or I have one from 2009, 2013, and then this new one as well. And definitely the best is this. Now, this guy has a little face, pretty common one. It comes in a lot of sets. I know it comes in some Marvel sets as well as Star Wars. And it's just a pretty nice head there. But you can see the dual molded Scout Trooper helmet. And through doing this review, I discovered this guy actually has the wrong head. He has a black head. Kind of interesting. I actually need a black head for an old Stormtrooper, so that'll be pretty nice. Making all types of discoveries in this video. Now I just need this guy's pauldron and the correct color of like that thing on his back. Anyway, I really got off track with this video, but there are some interesting prints you can see there. They're pretty nice. Already showed you. And then he comes with a pistol as well. Now, I promise that I probably won't get off track anymore. And this is the next figure, Greef Karga. Actually a pretty cool figure. And you can see him like that. He has that very nice. I like that like weird little arm color. I don't see that much, but it's a pretty nice color. And the rest of him is dark red. Kind of interesting. He comes with 2 little blaster pistols. He does have a bit of printing on the back, as well as on the front. And then you can see his face. That's his angry face. And if you remove his hair, slightly more smiley face, which I think you see a lot more of in the show. Really good figure. I do like that one a lot. Saving the best for last, or the most accurate for last, because this guy comes with he's the guy who flies the ship, the Mandalorian in the older armor, which is nice. You only see him in this armor for like 2 episodes, I think. Maybe 3. And it's nice to see that armor. I do like it. I think it comes in one other set. I think it comes in the AT-ST, which I don't have. I found it once, but it didn't have the figure, so I didn't get it. But it's a pretty cool set. And then he has the vaporizing rifle there. I don't know what you call it exactly, but it's a pretty cool rifle. And he has a black head, which I'm guessing is where that black head came from. But yeah, it's kind of interesting there. Very nice. moving on from the great figures in this set, let's get on to the actual build, which is the Razor Crest. It is a pretty nice build, actually. It has a lot of nice pieces and stickers. A lot of stickers, actually. That's one thing that's either a really good thing or a really bad thing. I personally don't like stickers as much as printed parts, but they can definitely be good. Here's the cockpit. Usually I'd show this off last, but just showing it off first. Today we have 2 seats here. One for Grogu, he can sit down there, and then one for the Mandalorian, which can sit in the front, which I'll sit him down right now. And as you can see, I took off his cycler rifle, which is what it's called, I remembered, and then he looks pretty good in there. You can actually see him through the cockpit, and it looks pretty nice. The front of the ship also looks pretty nice. Don't know if those are supposed to be little blasters there, but they're just little fun details, I guess. There is these big blasters. I'll show you the inside, or the outside, before I show you the rest of the inside. But, yeah, it's a pretty nice build. As you can see, side panels, a lot of detail, actually, on those ones. That has the, I don't know if I said it, but it has the big guns. That's what I was going to say. And that is basically mirrored on this side as well. So kind of interesting. It's kind of a very mirrored right down the middle for the outside, as are most ships, but this one especially. And it has these big engines, which I thought was pretty cool. I do like those big engines, and they are very large. They have those barrel bottoms for the top, which are kind of interesting, in that gunmetal gray. Also, actually on the wing, there is a spring-loaded shooter, which by pressing down on this, it fires, and I don't know where that went. I have found it, and I put it right back in there. As you can see, there's some little detailing in the back, and then it's the same on this side for the whatever you call that, engine. There we go. Also, this is actually kind of cool. I got a complete one of these as well in that bag escape pod. See, that can fit one figure. Say you have Grief Karga, can sit in there if you just lower his blasters a little. Actually, you may have to take him out of his hands. Nope, I managed to squeeze him in there with his blasters, and he can just sit in there and say the ship is about to combust. He can get ejected. As you can see, very Technic-heavy design, especially for the actual internals. But now that we have seen the externals, let's actually look at those internals, which can be accessed with the bay, over here, the loading bay, as well as these side panels, which can all open, as you can see, very nicely, even these small ones, and they can have some access. The other side also opens, which I'll open in a second, but you can see this side. This is where you store most of the stuff. There are these, which are kind of interesting. These are the, where is the print on here? The carbonite for frozen people. I don't know who that guy is. He's kind of cool. Nice hair. And then this one, which is this guy, which I think that's the blue guy, right? I think, maybe it is. The Mithril, or whatever he was called. Kind of interesting there. Over here we have the little bed where Grogu and the Mandalorian sleep. And you can put one figure in there. I'm going to just put the Scout Trooper. And that looks pretty good. You could have seen those stickers as well. Kind of cool. And that's it for this side. There's the little compartment on the other side as well. On this side, it does not have any space for more carbonite, but it does have a little weapons rack, which I put the spring-load shooter pieces, and then the bullets, and then the cycler rifle there, which looks pretty good. I forgot to say, but this is actually another actual door in the show, and on the other side, so that's kind of interesting if you didn't know that. It's not just a normal side panel, it's a door as well. Not like these. So, kind of interesting there. I will show you quickly. Landing gear is just those skis. That pretty nice skis. I do actually like those pieces. And that's how you take off the cockpit if you were wondering. Pretty nice. Also, under this back panel, which is a pretty nice shape, you can actually put some stuff there, like some blasters or something, just as storage. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but there's random clips. They're not attached to anything, so that's what you can use it as. Anyway, I guess it is my time to have my opinion on this set. Now, I don't think this is a bad set at all. I really like it. I think it's a great set. And it has great figures as well. That's something that's always good. It has very nice ones like Grief Karga and the Mandalorian in his old armor. And overall, I think it's a great build. And it just overall looks pretty nice. Has some nice play features. And is a pretty cool set. So, I do hope you enjoyed. And I shall see you next time. This was a pretty long video. Goodbye.